She was a prodigy, a 30-year-old billionaire promising to save lives with one single drop of blood. Elizabeth Holmes, the female Steve Jobs, built Theranos into a $9 billion empire, seducing tycoons like Rupert Murdoch and Walgreens with a dream too good to be true. But behind the black turtleneck and the mesmerizing stare was a lie. A 600 to possibly a $1 billion fraud case that left investors broke, patients betrayed, and a scientist dead. How did she pull it off, and how did no one see the truth? Welcome to Mind Your Profit, where we rip open the stories that teach you how to guard your money. Tonight, we will unravel Elizabeth Holmes' $1 billion mirage, a tale of ambition gone wrong that'll make you question every promise you hear. Stay with us, because the truth was there all along, hiding inside plain sight. It's 2003. Elizabeth Holmes is a 19-year-old Stanford freshman with a dream. She's no ordinary student. With her intense blue eyes and a voice that commands attention, she's got a mission, a machine that can run hundreds of blood tests from one single droplet. No more needles, no more jabs, just a prick and processed by a device called the Edison. And poof, results in minutes. It's a game changer for the $75 billion blood testing industry. Holmes drops out of Stanford and becomes a founder of Theranos, short for therapy and diagnosis. She's got no medical experience, but she's got charisma. In Silicon Valley, that's currency. She pitches her idea with Steve Jobs level flair, black turtlenecks, bold promises, and a story that hooks you. Investors like Tim Draper, co-founder of Oracle, and Larry Ellison, they both bite. By 2010, Theranos raises $92 million. But charisma is not a business plan. But Holmes' charm gets her checks, but her tech is unproven. If you ever attempted to back a smooth talker, whether it's a startup, a financial advisor, or a friend with a sure thing, dig deeper. Ask for proof, because a good story does not pay the bills. By 2013, Theranos lands deals with Walgreens and Safeway to roll out testing centers inside their stores. The hype is electric. Holmes is on Forbes, Fortune, and even dining with President Obama. By 2014, Theranos is valued at $9 billion. Elizabeth, at age 30, is worth $4.5 billion on paper. She's a star. But stars, they burn out. And the cracks, they're already starting to form. Let's step into Theranos' Palo Alto lab 2013. The Edison is the heart of the company, a sleek box that's supposed to run 200 tests from a single drop of blood. Except, it doesn't work. Not consistently, that is. Tests for cancer markers, diabetes, even basic cholesterol are wildly inaccurate. Sometimes the machine just fails. Holmes and her COO, Sonny Balwani, her partner in business and romance, understands this. But instead of fixing it, they hide it. They stage fake demos for investors, using rigged Edisons to spit out results. They secretly run tests on commercial standard lab equipment while claiming it's all Theranos tech. Now, this is fraud, not a mistake, intentional deception, and it's a reminder. Ethics pays dividends. Cutting corners might get you quick cash, but lies catch up. Whether you're boosting numbers or hyping a product you can't deliver with, the truth has a way of surfacing. Build trust instead. It's the only currency that lasts. Holmes doubles down, launching tests in Walgreens stores in Arizona. Patients prick their finger thinking they're getting cutting-edge diagnostics. Most tests, though, are run on hacked-together machines or the faulty Edison. The results, up to 40% are wrong. Maureen Glazer, a 52-year-old teacher and mother of two. Maureen gets a Theranos test for potassium levels during a routine checkup. The results? Dangerously high. Her doctor says she needs a hospital now. Terrified, Maureen retests at a traditional lab. The verdict? Her levels are normal. Theranos' machine lied. She's fine, but the scare cost her sleepless nights and $2,000 of follow-up testing. Maureen's story just shows why this matters. Bad tech isn't just a business failure, it's personal. Wrong results can mean wrong treatments, delayed care, or worse. Holmes just isn't risking money, she's risking lives. And that's where her ambition turns toxic. Theranos raises another $300 million in 2013, totaling over $700 million. Holmes lives large, private jets, a $15 million mansion, bodyguards, but the company's burning $2 million a week with no revenue coming in. Live within your means. Flashy spending might impress, but it drains your foundation. Whether you're a startup or just managing a paycheck, prioritize cash flow over image. Profit, not perks, keep you alive. Every crime has a breaking point, and for Theranos, it's 2015, and it comes from two unlikely heroes, Erica Chung and Tyler Schultz. Erica, a 25-year-old lab associate fresh out of Berkeley, notices that Edison's results don't add up, so she runs the same sample twice and gets different numbers. She flags it to her bosses, and what do? They brush her off. Tyler, a 24-year-old engineer and grandson of Theranos' board member George Schultz, sees Dan being altered to pass quality checks. He raises the alarms too. Balwani shuts him down, even threatening him with legal action. Trust your gut. Erica and Tyler felt something was off, but they did not ignore it. If a deal, a job, or an investment gives you that nagging doubt, listen, dig deeper. Your instinct is your first defense against a scam. Erica and Tyler don't back down. Erica tips off regulators at the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Tyler, risking his family ties, contacts the Wall Street Journal and speaks to an investigative reporter named John with a knack for uncovering fraud. John interviews ex-employees, doctors, and patients like Maureen. In October 2015, he publishes a bombshell. Hot startup Theranos has struggled with his blood test technology. It's a gut punch, fake demos, faulty tests, and a cover-up laid bare. Fallout is swift. Regulators raid Theranos' labs. The FDA bans the Edison. Walgreens and Safeway bail. Investors, including the Walton family who sank $150 million, demand answers. Holmes goes on CNBC, all smiles, claiming it's a misunderstanding, but the evidence is ironclad. Do your due diligence. The Waltons, Rupert Murdoch, even Betsy DeVoe invested millions without verifying Holmes' claims. They bought the hype, not the homework. Whether you're eyeing a small stock, a crypto coin, or even a small business, check the numbers. Read the fine print. Ask for proof, because blind bets burn. By 2016, Theranos' valuation plummets to zero. Labs close. Hundreds of people lose jobs. Holmes' $4.5 billion fortune, poof, gone. The dream is a nightmare. The crime scene is exposed, but the case isn't closed. In 2018, the SEC charges Holmes and Balwani with massive fraud for misleading investors. Holmes settles paying a $500,000 fine and losing control of Theranos. But the law's not done. In June 2018, federal prosecutors hit her with 11 counts of wire fraud and conspiracy, each carrying up to 7 years in prison. The trial in 2021 is a circus. Holmes, now a mother of two, takes a stand. She plays the victim, claiming she believed the tech worked and pinning blame on Balwani. The jury isn't swayed. In January 2022, she's convicted on 4 counts of fraud. In November, she's sentenced to 11 years and 3 months. In May 2023, she reports to a Texas prison, her empire reduced down to a cell. Holmes' fraud cost investors over $700 million. Patients like Maureen lost trust and money. Whistleblowers like Erica and Tyler lost their peace, hounded by Theranos' lawyers. In Holmes, she lost everything: wealth, freedom, and more importantly, her name. But there's one last lesson woven into this whole story: trust, but verify. Holmes built a $9 billion house of cards, boasting partnerships with giants like Pfizer and the US military to prove her Edison was legit. Come to find out, it was all a lie. Both denied any dealing when pressed later. Investors like the Waltons could have stopped her cold with one simple move: picking up the phone to call Pfizer's executives or the Pentagon. A 5-minute conversation probably would have unraveled her fraud, saving millions. Holmes' deception preyed on unchecked trust. Now turn that lens onto your own life. You're not pitching to billionaires, but you're navigating choices. Trusting a colleague's tip, eyeing a new job, or chasing a dream. Don't swallow promises whole. Call that company to confirm that job offer. Ask a friend to double check that advice. Research the steps to your own goals. Elizabeth's collapse screams blind trust in people and or plans, and that's always going to set you up for a personal train wreck. Elizabeth's downfall wasn't just about tech or fraud, it was a mindset, a belief she could outsmart reality with hype. Watch out for these traps inside your own life: falling for charisma over facts, cutting ethical corners, living beyond your means, ignoring your gut, or trusting without verifying. Spot those and you'll dodge the disasters that buried her. They're the red flags that can actually save you. Elizabeth built a $9 billion dream on a single droplet of blood and watched it bleed out in a storm of lies. She had fame, fortune, and a future, and threw it all away for a fraud that cost her everything. Keep your eyes on your money and your mind on your profit. I'm gonna see you in the next one.